I've been wanting to do a video on the Rev for a while. You all have actually asked for that for a while, and I thought a great way to do this would be to look at Avenged Sevenfold through the lens of all of the drummers that they have. So comparing and contrasting all of them. And we've got obviously the OG, the Rev. We're gonna go through Mike Portnoy from 2010, Arin Ilejay, I'm not sure I'm saying his name right, and then we've got Brooks Wackerman too. So we're gonna go through a song from each of them, and then we're gonna, this time a little bit different, we're gonna make it a song that they wrote with the band and that they play live, so we can see not only their playing, but also how they wrote with the band.
And let's be really clear about the definition of comparison. It is looking at the similarities or dissimilarities of a person or an item. It is not putting a judgment call on those. So we are not ranking them from best to worst. That has nothing to do with comparison, and that's why I dislike it so much when it comes to musicians. Comparison is simply looking at what's similar and what's not similar. Their uniqueness.
First up is the OG, the Rev. We're gonna be looking at Almost Easy. This is live Vans Warped Tour 2007, and we're just gonna listen to it. I'm gonna try not to stop it or say too much so that we can just enjoy it together. I love Warped Tour. So clean with what he does.
I feel insane every single time I'm asked to compromise. Not afraid, just stuck in my ways. That's the way I stay. And how long did I expect love to outweigh ignorance?
Nice.
That look on your face, I may have forced a skeleton. I'm not insane, I'm not insane. Come back to me, it's almost easy. Come back again, it's almost easy. Shame pulses through my heart.
Those girls behind the Rev look completely nonplussed.
It's the truth of saying, what left alone. I left you bound and tied with suicidal memories. Selfish beneath the skin, deep inside, all inside. I'm not insane, I'm not insane. Come back to me, it's almost easy. Come back again, it's almost easy. Come back to me.
He just looks like it's no big deal for him. Like it's almost easy. Great double bass work.
Now that I've lost you, it kills me inside. I try to hold on and you slowly slip away.
Oh, I forgot he did the BGBs too.
In the fight, I treated you so well, now let me I'm not insane, I'm not insane. I'm not insane, I'm not insane. Come back to me, it's almost easy. Come back again, it's almost easy. Come back again, it's almost easy. Come back again, almost easy.
That girl behind him looks so mean. Nice. Nice. I mean, the Rev was the OG, right? Anytime you have an original player in a band, they kind of set the standard for all the other players to come. Anytime you join a band or you play with a group, you're the second drummer, you still have to pay homage to all these past players that came through there because you're playing their songs every night. So even if you write with the band, it's always in the back of your mind, like, what would the Rev do? So, I mean, he just made his mark on this band from day one. He makes it look just so easy. There's a clip of him playing in the studio this song. We'll look at it in just a second. It's just isolated drums. It's just fantastic. We gotta also pay respect to this girl in the background. I mean, she just looks very unexcited this whole time. I mean, look, there she is, just not looking very happy to be back there. Look at her, she's just mean mugging him. She's like, when am I done? When are we done here? And look, here she is again. She's just on her phone. You have no idea how soul crushing this is to sit there as a performer and be just giving it your all, and you've just got to just say, oh, whatever, you know? Especially when they're standing like right beside you. All right, let's check out this live studio video. So this is just the Rev walking in and slaying this song in one take. Makes it look easy. You'll notice how bright all of his cymbals are. Ooh, I like it. Ooh, look at the bell on that thing. Such a player. Lost him too soon. Whoa! Yeah, he gave that splash some of the business. Watch out, coming for you. Here it comes. Watch out. I love it. I love it. All right, so there's the OG. You got to respect it. Passed away too soon. Kids, don't do drugs. And then we've got Mike Portnoy, who picked up in 2010 and recorded their album Nightmare, and then did some touring with them. And so there's some touring stuff with him, but the drums you can't hear them great on there. So I'm actually going to use a clip of him playing this song at Drumeo. Kudos. What's up, Jared? I love Drumeo. Love what they do. And I tried to avoid using any of their stuff, but this is really the only great playthrough of this with drums we have. So I'm going to use it. Go check out their stuff. They do great things over there. This is a full playthrough of Nightmare. Again, I'm trying to use songs that they recorded with the band and they wrote the parts for. At least as far as I could tell, they wrote the parts for. So this is Mike Portnoy, and I feel like, of Dream Theater fame, so I feel like we know what you're getting into with Mike, right? So let's see how it differs. Woo! Kick him in the face. love that move where you're, I do that all the time live. just love watching him play. That's why I'm not saying anything. Okay, so I feel like you get exactly what, you know, if you've listened to Portnoy any with Dream Theater, you know, you're going to get, you know, incredible playing. The guy is a monster of a player. You're going to get incredible tom work. You're going to get great double bass work. You get a solid pocket. And what you'll notice that you didn't notice with the Rev is you've got a little bit of showmanship in there, right? He's kind of flipping sticks. He's twirling the sticks. He's, you know, mixing it up with the hands whenever he's hitting the backbeat. So I feel like that was when, to me, Avenged Sevenfold kind of started taking a little bit of a turn that prepped the way for their Hell to the King album, which is a little bit more straightforward than a lot of the other albums, but you can hear it in this song. They start hitting that straightforward. And I feel like, you know, if you're looking at the Rev, I feel like he was kind of the DNA of the band, and everybody since then has been creating their stuff, but kind of on top of the DNA of what he set forth in this band, if you will. But the difference is the Rev just makes it look so easy. It's such a natural playing style for him because it is his playing style. Killer job. And you know, you got to get somebody like Portnoy to come in and take somebody like the Rev's place whenever they pass away, and it's like, okay, what are we going to do? It's like, okay, we got to get a ringer and then we'll figure it out. Like, let's make an album, we got to get a ringer and then we'll figure it out after that. Then we have, out of nowhere, a cat named Arin Ilejay, and then really after his time with them, you don't hear too much from him again, but he took over for Portnoy after 2010 until about 2015 when Brooks Wackerman stepped in. Did a couple of albums with him, did the Hail to the King album, and also played, even though he gets a lot of slack because Hail to the King album was a lot more straightforward playing. But then you listen to tracks. He also had to play all of Portnoy's stuff and the Rev stuff, so the guy was no slacker. He also listened to him on the track Not Ready to Die. Insane playing, right? So killer player. And you know, there's something to be said. Hail to the King was their second and I believe their last #1 charting album. So I don't know, there's something to be said. He seemed to fit the band well. And a lot of fans will say that the pocket really settled in whenever he came in, as far as he brought a more meat and potatoes type of a heavy pocket to what they did. Check out his playing on Shepherd of Fire. You'll notice they have really, really bright cymbals. Tons of toms. Some pyro right there. Stop it real quick. Right, that hit you hear right at the beginning is pyro and gas and all stuff. That stuff is incredibly loud live. Just having played shows with it is incredibly loud.
Let's take a moment and break the ice. So my intentions are known. See, I am pity and watching you suffer. I know the feeling of being down the low. I got a story book of my own.
Can you imagine being an unknown drummer and having to step into a Rev Portnoy's shoes? We've got some double bass work. The grooves are much more straight ahead. That 2 and 4 being constant. Oh, clapping's all over the place. Live clapping, so hit or miss. We're starting to get it together now, okay. The singer's like finally like, okay, you guys got it. We're in time now. Soup sandwich there for a second. So you kind of, and you heard some of it in Portnoy's playing, that their writing started to take a turn more towards the straightforward grooves. It kind of lended itself to that, because I think we all too often just look at the drummers, and it's like, okay, we'll back up and look at the band and look at how they started writing, and their writing is very different than it was when the Rev was in it, to me anyway, to my ears. You have to account for, like, those drummers are writing to kind of what the band's presenting. Some of those parts may have already been developed when they came in. They may have already had scratch tracks that they were working with. Incredible job, great pocket on this. You can tell, you know, all of them have big setups, all of them have really bright cymbals. And as well, a little note about double bass, some of you may not know, anytime you see a double bass drum setup in a live setting, in a large arena or something like that right there, many times they're not playing both of those bass drums. A lot of times one of those is just a placeholder to look cool, and they're using a slave pedal because it's extremely hard to get two bass drums to sound exactly the same. And the PA system that big, they actually sound pretty different. Anyway, that's not all the time, but it's very rare that a band's going to take the time to try to dial in two of those. Okay, so now we're all the way up to 2015. And then we have Brooks Wackerman come in. Some of you are like, who is Brooks Wackerman? Well, Brooks Wackerman played with Infectious Grooves, Suicidal Tendencies, Bad Religion, Tenacious D, a ton of others. He's also performed or been a member or session or touring with Blink-182, Bad for Good, Infectious Groove, Glenn Tipton, Mass Mental, The Vandals, Avril Lavigne, Korn, Fear in the Nervous System. And then his dad, Chuck Wackerman, was a drummer, and his brothers, John Wackerman and Chad Wackerman, are also drummers, so a whole family of drummers. Okay, enough of that. Let's see. We've got a drum cam of the song Nobody with Brooks Wackerman playing. It was actually very hard to find a clip of him playing live with them that the audio was decent. So this is one from Soundcheck, and then it goes to the live show. Let's check this out, Nobody with Brooks Wackerman. Wackerman was also a known entity when he got in the band, so. Maybe it's just my viewpoint, but those look like really small hi-hats. Rocking some Istanbuls. You can see this is sound check. They're testing lights and sound and smoke and all that. Sound check a large arena like this. So this writing is way different than what they were doing before. There's a very electronic sounding groove. But remember, Wackerman also has to perform all the old Rev stuff, all the old Arin Ilejay stuff, all the old Portnoy stuff. So you come in the fourth drummer, and you're filling the shoes of like three drummers before, trying to sound like a cohesive band. He's an incredible drummer, great technique. Now the live. So now I mean, that's kind of an example of his writing with the band, his playing with the band. Again, if you knew Brooks Wackerman before, which I did, I've been listening to it for a few years before we got with them. I mean, it's kind of like Portnoy. He had a career before that, so you kind of knew what you're getting into, and a lot of the fans felt that was a step in the right direction, you know. So, but let's check him out playing "Unholy Confessions," which is a Rev song, just because that was a little bit of a shorter clip. Let's check this out. Big time. Got an acrylic kit there. So you can see he can cover the stuff from their back catalog very well too. And this is the challenge of being a drummer that steps in later. You got to come in with their sound and also replicate the writing that they did, and then also put your spin on the new stuff, but respect the old. It's actually a pretty hard line to toe. And the great thing about Brooks is consummate professional. Been in a ton of situations, you can see, studio, so, you know, kind of a chameleon. And so there we go. We've got the 4 drummers of Avenged Sevenfold. Remember, it is not who's better or worse. It's simply, let's look at the similarities, let's look at the differences, and let's see what they brought to the group and how the group has changed over the years in their writing. What do you think? Put it in the comments down below.